Hello guys and welcome to Half-Life 2 Part 2 redo. Um, hopefully I'll try to keep this going every day. Oh wait. Do I have to? Okay, well, alright then. I'll try to keep this up every day until we finish. Oh, I just realized how good the graphics are. Huh, I don't know. I think I did something on accident. That didn't explode? How in the hell? I don't care. I gotta do this very careful. Oh boy. Here! Yay! What's up, my friends? Guess you didn't like that too much, did you? Trying to get me, huh? Too bad. It ain't working. It ain't gonna work. I'm not going down. What's that bubble? Wow, that was easy to destroy. It's just bubbles. Oh yeah, I had to jump. I have to go over here. Nope, nope, no, 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 nope. I'm not gonna die today. Haha, you thought you could break on me. We got this. We got this. Oh yeah. Take me away. Take me away, peasant. Oh crap. Oh, I wasn't supposed to be up there? Oh. Whoops. I knew that. See you later. Rip. Rest in pieces, if you know what I mean. Jeez. I can't get up there. Get up there. Yay! I rip. I rest in peace. Where do I go? Do I go this way? No. Oh yeah. You're already Macklin, dog. Thought I killed you. Rip. Yeah, everything's going wrong. Okay. I'll let him kill him. I'm gonna let him finish that one off. And then throw this in here. Rip. .360 this. Lil. No, make it. Ah. The AR-2, the best gun alive. So there's only 3 clips in the gun.
Who's hurt?
Winston's been hit.
Patch him up and get him to the back as soon as he's stable. Gordon Freeman. It's incredible you made it. We've been getting communications from Alex. I'll see if I can reach her again. Follow me.
You don't deserve this gun. What's with the emotional music? Jeez.
Over here, Dr. Freeman. It's Leon. We're all clear. And I've got Gordon Freeman.
Dr. Freeman, you're kidding. Look, I've been on the line with Alex. Her father's been captured.
Over here, Dr. Freeman.
Eli Vance is indispensable to the liberation.
Alex, it's Leon. And I've got Gordon Freeman with me.
Gordon, you made it through Ravenholm. Thank God. I need your help. They've taken my father. He's been taken to Nova Prospect. The Vortigaunts tracked the ship that made off with him and Judith Mossman. While the trains are still running, I'm gonna hitch a ride.
Are you sure it took off with both of them?
I need you to make your way along the coast until you get to Nova Prospect. It used to be a high-security prison. It's something much worse than that now. But I think it's still easier to sneak in than to break out.
You wanted to take the coast road? You won't last 5 minutes on foot. It's spawning season for the antlions.
That's why I called you, Leon. I was hoping you still had the scout car we left with you last summer. The one my dad rigged with the Tau cannon.
Yeah, good idea. Hold on a sec. Norco, bring the buggy out. Put it on the dock right now. Gordon Freeman will be driving it.
Will do. I just finished mounting an ammo crate on the back.
Good timing. Okay, Alex, we're all set.
Thanks, Leon. Gordon, I haven't driven the coast in over a year, but I have no reason to think it's gotten any safer. Meet me in the depot where the trains unload. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in Nova Prospect. Bye for now.
Bye, Alex. Okay, Doc. Before you hit the road, you might want to grab some med kits, restock on ammo, maybe check the map, see where you're headed. There's an ammo supply crate on the back of the car, if that's any comfort. Stay with the car, make use of the thumpers. You'll stand a fair chance against the antlions. I'll radio ahead to let the next base know you're coming.
If the next
Short point to NLO.
base is alive.
Short point to New Little Odessa. Come in, Odessa. Do you read? Short point to NLO. Short point to New Little Odessa. Come in, Odessa. Do you read? Short point to NLO. Short point to New Little Odessa. Come in, Odessa. Do you read?
There we go. Got it. I grab this to here.
Short point to NLO. Short point to New Little Odessa. Come in, Odessa. Do you read? Short point to NLO. Short point to New Little Odessa. Come in, Odessa. Do you read? Short point to NLO.
Hello, Dr. Freeman. The car's all ready for you. Hop in and I'll lower you down to the beach. Good, here we go.
I can't wait till I get dropped.
Magnet's failing. Hold on. Sorry, Doc.
Yep. Same here. Oh my god. What the heck? Oh my, oh my god. Get that out of here. Ow. Here, wait. It's like somebody's on... Huh, that's weird. It's like somebody's in a, oh! Cryo tube. Here we go. Didn't do very. You guys were just waiting for me, weren't you? That's nice. This is where we need to go, which is across the water. This is actually a nice house. Oh my god. Nope, see ya. Bye, Felicia. Turn that off and run. Hi. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Hi,
Gordon Freeman!
Rip. Why is it buffering? Okay, I don't know what's going on with my YouTube, but whatever.
Gordon Freeman!
What?
Hurry, get in the basement. We're expecting gunships at any moment.
Rip.
Colonel
This
Covert, we're glad to see
steerable
you
rocket
made it.
launcher is our best bet for taking down a gunship.
Ah, hello. I'll be right with you.
Now, where was I? Ah, yes. Using the laser guide, you can steer your rocket past the gunship's defenses and prevent it from shooting down your rocket. This will only anger it at first, but if you can survive long enough to make several direct hits, you'll be rewarded with a prize worthy of any mantelpiece.
Now, who's going to be the lucky one to carry it into combat? Ah, yes. Gordon Freeman. I couldn't have asked for a finer volunteer.
Colonel Odessa Cubbage at your service.
Let me just send a warning to Lighthouse Point.
Ow, ow, ow. There we go. Took more than I thought. Huh, that's weird. Rip. Hi, Alex. Take that. Take this. Get in here. Just drop this over here. Or just go ahead and leave. Let's go. Nick. This one's pretty limited. Did you just try to throw a grenade at him? it buffering? Almost killed myself. Where's... okay, it's right there. It should be okay right there. Why is it buffering? I don't know why it keeps buffering. I'm probably not gonna... Seriously, just barely. Don't got time for you.
Major fractures detected.
Where's the button? This. Na, 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 na. What you're witnessing is not what... oh my god. There we go. There we go. Oh, jeez. Huh. Don't know why that was flipping out. Yeah, it's a redo. Ow. Ow. Destroy that. Alright, there's no way I was gonna live that. Live through that. Yeah, I see you.
Detected.
Nope, see you later. Yeah, let's go. Nope, over here. You know what? Just for giggles. The ragdoll in this game is amazing. Gotta swing it all the way over here. Wait. Drop it. Oh, did I just kill 2 people with that? Get wrecked. Or 2 combines if you think about it, but... Okay. Yeah, it's annoying me. Oh, hey, whoa, calm down.
Ammunition deep.
Rip. Okay, we're about to meet more people. Oh yeah. No way. Nope, get out. Oh, he actually hit it. Huh. They hit that. What you gonna do with this? Stupid. I just love how they land right next to me. Can he? Oh my god. You're a heavy machine. Oh, this guy had the worst of it. Jesus. Did you get dragged all the way over here by that? Alright, let's go. Already got that. I know that for sure. Ow. So there's three over here. Missed. What were you guys having, a three-way? Jesus. It's a lot of... It's like 3 people in one room. Orgy party. Pairing. I mean, look at this. Everything's so nice and neat. Yeah. That scared me. Holy crap. I was not expecting that. God. Oh, whoa. Nope, gonna die. Plan 2. That was plan B. And plan B worked. Boom. Rip. He's okay. He's just, you know, in pain. I think he's gonna be in pain for a while. I like this one. Oh boy. Let's kill us some. Oh yeah, I forgot about you guys. 360. Team kill times 15, let's go. Oh, you're not a very good position, are you? See where you go. You go in the water and boom. It's like a robot. There's a grenade and a robot just covers himself and you hear that boom under him. Okay, well that doesn't open. What's over here? Anything special? No. Jesus Christ. Okay, rip. That didn't work out too well. I think we're ready. You just float. That was boring. I was expecting something big, you know. Alright, well, that didn't work out too well. Yes, give me every other grenade that I... Every other weapon. Nope. I wanna die. It's my retardation. That's locked. Oh, it's not? Which door was locked? I guess it's not this house then. Hey. I can't. Okay. There we go. I don't remember you. Freddy's, I don't think I never went up there. I hear you down there. So what if it was OP? It'd be fine. This is when you need to become a pro. Oh, we're... My parkour skills are not very good, obviously. Nope, I won't make that. But I will make this. See? Professional. Oh. That's what I saw. That's nice. Oh, no! I didn't mean to! No! I didn't mean to fall. Oh my god, all the way over here. Ugh. I'll make this. Do 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 do. Good thing that platform was there. Wait, I should have taken this way then, because there's a little thing there. To be honest, with all this shaking, I thought this would have... Oh, kill yourself. Yeah, there we go. Made it. There was a head crab in here and didn't attack him. I probably should take this back. Shotgun's needed for this area. see you up there. Just give me a minute. I'll be up there in a minute. Oh, there's... Jesus. Where's there so many? Jesus. Okay. We got this. Why does it keep buffering? Oops. Oh my god. Bring this up. Then go to here. Okay, there we go. I knew that. This is painful. Did it? That wasn't as painful as I thought. Just run for it. Wait, I'm gonna die. Oh my god, how? How did I do that? That was like professional right there. Oh. You're rolling down dead. Just like my life. Huh. Watch this. Why is this still blocked? Doesn't make any sense. I forgot to press the... I failed in life. I'm gonna load it. I'm guessing it'd be right here. There we go. Okay, it's good enough. Why is there so many though? No. It's the other way around. Me killing you. I'm such a failure. Holy crap. I forgot to press the button over here. That was all my fault. Wait. I don't know. I hear the helicopter now, so I don't care. Oh, you're up there. Oh, hi. I'll be there in a second. Be there in a minute to kill you all. I'm a fantastic. Oh, so fantastic. Oh, let's not try to kill me, please. I'd rather not die. What? Nope. My head crab. What's up? That's a head crab. I'm out of ammo. Run. Just run. 3 times in the past 10 minutes. Oh, that's new. Okay, anyway, moving on. Come on, rush it. Let's just rush it. I gotta pop my finger. Let's go. Not in the mood right now. Parkour. Did it. Yep, I'm here. Hit it. There we go. Took one. Sucker. You can't bring down Gordon Freeman. Too much of a pro for you, mister. Now, let's check for anything else. Health, that'd be okay. Superman jump.
Major fracture detected.
Pretend that didn't happen. See, 86 health. I think I'm doing pretty good. See, I didn't fail at jumping trying to do the Superman. I did perfectly okay. See, look. We're all good. We're all good. Wait. But this wasn't here earlier. Hold on, let me screw you. Bye, Felicia. Okay, let's just hurry up, run up here, get out of here. 'Cause I'm tired. I'm already. Run. Dude, zigzag. Do the zigzag, they won't catch you. Watch this. MLG. See? Just be like me, be a professional. Yeah, just ignore all of this. I didn't go in there. Just go. Press the clutch. Boom, boom. Okay, this is where I'm gonna save it. Then, okay, let's go. I'm gonna rush this. Bye. Jesus Christ, that scared me. I tried. There's a way, I know there is. Did it before. Oh, I did it too late.
User dead imminent.
I'm gonna do this one more time. I'm actually enjoying this. No. Yep, I got it. We're all good. No, we're not. Hey, I only lost 22 health. I feel like we got it this time. I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna get this. Maybe keep it at this incline. Yeah, yes, no. Okay, well, rip. Have you ever heard a man try to jump on a train, but he died? Oh wait, I'm supposed to go straight, hold on.
What? I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. What? That's not cool.
What? Wait. Wait. Bye, Felicia. I didn't do nothing at all. That was at my fault. Oh! The train just hates me, I swear. I didn't even do nothing wrong. The train just wanted to kill me just for it. Wait, we might actually get it. No, we won't. No, we won't. This train's giving me cancer. I don't have the patience for this. We have to do this. We got this. Now I'm not going. Oh my god! Why? Why do I hit the cargo? Out of all things, I hit the train itself. Oh dear. Okay, that happened. Full speed ahead. Okay, well, it's loading, so we should be okay. Let's go, sand traps. What's up, Zombo? You knocked me out of the way, but you know, that's okay. Okay then. Let me through, cousin. I did it. Let's go. We're going to heaven. This doesn't look like heaven. Oh. There was no such thing. That's nice. Ram. Pull on the ram. Let's go. Bye, Felicia. See you tomorrow. Oh, this one, I know we can ram this. Hold on. No. Yep. You're not gonna stop me. See you later. You're not gonna do this. There's a secret. Jump through here. Right, like that. Get over here. Park your car right here. Oh dear. It's okay, hurry. Hurry. Phil, get up there. Oh, let's go. I can continue rushing. First time I ever got there, I was just guessing. Let's go. Huh, you guys can have that base, I don't want it. Found a secret. Who needs to look for batteries to open that gate when you can just climb over it, you know? Thank God for gravity guns. Loading, loading, loading. Oh. That happened. Let's see if... Oh, this is actually pretty. Yeah, I took a screenshot. Shush.
Hey, over here!
Yeah.
We're picking up radio chatter. They're looking for your car. Okay, Doc. You'll have to go on foot from here. There's a secret path along the cliffside.
Are
No
they
one's going anywhere until we fight off this attack. Having you here to fight alongside is going to make a big difference for morale.
Hmm.
Here come the dropships.
Yep. I'm just, you know, gonna look through everything of yours because, you know, I like stuff. Those are grenades. I don't even know why they have grenades here. Where are you? Oh yeah. Shot that peasant. Peasant die. You know what makes something that's not fun, but the game is so fun? This is how you get rid of everything. Come here. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, did I just knock something off? Oh wait, oh. Well. So wait, the explosives. Oh. Rip game. Did my game just freeze? I think my game broke. Oh. I don't know if it's responding or... What is it doing? Rip. It says it's... I'm just gonna close it. Rip. Yeah. Well, I can't reach Task Manager because why is it not letting me do anything? Why, you French girl, come on. Why did it do this? It's just close it. Just close the window. How hard is it to close the window? Come on, close it. I know you have it in you. Come on, close it. Oh my god. You have to be kidding me. Rip. This happened. Oh wait, no, 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 no. Oh crap, I didn't mean to click on OBS. Are you sure? No, I don't wish. I just wish if you know, shut down freaking Half-Life. Are you gonna give me cancer about this? Please, don't tell me. Don't give me cancer about this. Well, same old, same old. I don't know how to fix this at all. Usually I log off and so this is Half-Life 2's responding. What's going on? Don't give me, this is gonna give me a headache. Just keep pressing. Just keep pressing. Just keep pressing. Oh. Rip. You know, out of all things, it shouldn't happen. This is extremely rare and somehow I get it. Thanks. Thanks, Valve. Thanks for all the luck you gave me. I just love it. This has never happened before until I upgraded to Windows 10. Why is it using 57% of my CPU? That's new. Damn it. Why? Why? Why do you have to do this to me? Don't stop it. I can't close nothing out. It can't do nothing. It just like, oh hey, screw you, I'm just gonna, you know, crash. Well, can I Akeem do that? Like I can this sucks. This absolutely sucks. I can't even touch my desk. I'll be right back. Hold on. Hey guys, sorry about that. Oh, well, okay. I didn't mean for none of that to happen. It just happened. Oh. Excuse me. Oh, wow. Hiccups and burp. That's new. Wow, hiccups and burp. That's new. Oh, go to ship. Wow, hiccups and burp. That's new. Go to ship. Now, is it even showing up? Why is it not showing up? Okay, there we go. It showed up. We should be good for now. Hopefully we'll be good, you know. Hopefully. Hopefully no more crashes, no nothing.
We're picking up radio chatter. They're looking for your car.
Huh.
Okay, Doc. You'll have to go on foot from here. There's a secret path along the cliffside, but no one's going anywhere until we fight off this attack. Having you here to fight alongside us is going to make a big difference for morale.
Don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna leave. Just gonna, you know, jump over here. Oh, yeah, he's right. I'm not going nowhere.
We're picking up radio chatter. They're looking for your car. Get your car in the garage. Here come the dropships.
Shut it. I guess not, okay. Move. Give me health and leave. What's wrong? Why can I not? This is way too loud for me. It's way too loud. I'll turn it up on your guys' side, but I'm not. No. It's way too loud. And of course it's loading. That's nice. Well, where? We're doing good right now. Yeah, I need to get inside. Or we're gonna die. Okay, we should be good for now. Have I really? Bye, Felicia. Alright, let's go. Oh my god, you're cancer. No. One more hit, one more hit. Jeez, no. We should be good for this last shot. Oh my god, kill yourself. There we go, finally. And there you go. And they all fall down. Rest in ashes, my friends.
This way, Dr. Freeman. We'll take the cliff path before another gunship finds us. All right, Dr. Freeman. Come with me before another one comes. Let's go! Right along there. And watch your step.
Yep, hurry up, come on, I wanna go. I don't care. Think we're gonna make it. Should be good.
You there! Stop where you are! Stay on the rocks! Don't step on the sand! It makes the antlions crazy! Laszlo, don't move! No! Help!
Yeah, he's dead. Rip one, just make a run for it. I'm lasting longer than what? Ow. Really, this doesn't turn on? Rip. If you wanna bite me, bite this. Ow. Oh my god! I don't want to waste my rockets on you. Whoa! Nice combo. Okay, we got it.
Free man must follow. The Freeman will do wise to heed our extraction of the Myrmidon's aromatic pheropods. The process is not entirely hygienic, therefore stand aside.
Seems pretty hygienic to me.
Freeman will have need of these pheropods on the path ahead. Gather them now. Freeman must follow.
Come on, hurry up. I want to get this. Come on.
Well, Dr. Freeman, you're a regular antlion now.
Yeah.
Freeman must excuse us. It is rude of us to commune by flush-shifting into those who borderman rights are in their hand. Yes, we will vocalize in the auditory language as a matter of courtesy. Unless we wish to say unflattering things about you. Just so.
Okay, well,
Turn, long belly, turn.
stupid boxes.
Get going, Dr. Freeman. Nova Prospect.
I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. I went to go eat. Oh. Oh, there it is.
The free man honors us by his presence. Follow from him.
I don't know why the graphics are so bad. Like on my side it shows the video quality sucks.
The free man will now be instructed to use of pheromones. Attend now and learn to shepherd antlion with the so-called blood-green food. The free man will now break out his pheromone and toss one into yonder pit. The free man has done well.
Are you okay? It looked like he wasn't okay.
The free man can also coax his antlions to attack specific targets. Observe the training mannequin and mark it well with another pheromone. The free man again excels in all tasks.
I feel bad for that. I feel bad for him. Dude, I feel bad for you. You're just a torture puppet. A puppet torturer.
Now, attend now. Apply pressure to your pheromone to signal the antlions in your
This is really bothering me. Why is my thing... whatever. I'm not gonna argue with it.
The free man must squeeze his blood veins sharply if he wishes the antlion to follow where he leads. The free man shows his excellence in all things. And now this one must bid the free man farewell. Another prospect lies just beyond. You may do well of what you have learned here. The advance has greatest confidence in you.
Alright, let's go. We got this. We'll be okay. Hopefully. We should be good. Just get up here, do that, fall down. Oh, go. Ah. Let's get right here, over here. Alright. Hopefully. Headshot. We gotta run. Let's just keep swimming. Let's just keep swimming. Let's just keep swimming. Let's go over here. Oh, jeez. That guy just rapid fired his shotgun at me. Obviously he didn't like me. Rip. Come on, we gotta get up here. Alright, we're good. It's actually a choice to go here, so I'm gonna go over here. Okay, I guess it's not a choice. I thought there was a choice. Back up, back up. Okay, well, we're good for now. So we come out here. Oh, there's no one in there. Okay. Go out here, come back in. Okay. There's so many. Is it limited? If I don't go far enough, they just that over there? Yeah. Okay, I see. I trigger it to move. Okay. Rip. Nice to know that I trigger it, you know. Rip. That sucks for them. Oh, no. Keep dodging. Whoa! That scared me. Okay. Okay, we're good. Okay. Nothing up here? Huh. I don't usually check, I don't check that, but okay. Wait, I'm gonna die. I just realized I'm gonna... I don't see health. Okay. Yeah, this is where I'm gonna die. And they just keep dying. Whoa. Okay, one down. Two down, let's go. Oh, I see you on the roof. Oh boy. No, I'm so dead. There's just no absolute way I'm gonna get away from this. No. Wait, I had health? Wow, I didn't even know I had health. That's nice. I missed. Okay. Oh my god. That's the first hit. Another one? Dang it. That made no s- That didn't make any sense. How? Okay, whatever. Okay, well, rip. after this. Hold on. That's it for the stream. I'll do another one tomorrow, probably. Hopefully. And then I will do another one tomorrow. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. See ya. Bye.